Hello everyone, welcome back to the weekly Forex analysis. Let's get going and start off with the DXY. And if you remember last week we were expecting DXY to continue the bearish momentum, take out this low and create a new lower low, and now it's looking like the momentum will continue towards the downside. So next step for DXY is to wait for a consolidation here, a deeper degree consolidation similar to this one that we had here, because every small consolidation could be the last one before the price drops again and then enters this deep phase of correction that I'm talking about. So this option is on the cards right now. We have to wait for it. Even if the price will drop more from here, like I said, even if this continues to go down, continuing to make new lower lows, we won't trade these small consolidations at this moment in time because this wave is pretty strong. We had consolidations along the way, small ones, and I'm expecting a deeper pullback to occur. We also have a trend line here, and if the price breaks this trend line, pulls back, then most likely the price will head up one more time to take out this top and enter this consolidation, basically confirming the local uptrend. And we have to wait for this pattern to occur first to see if we will get more downside. Moving on to Euro USD. Last week we were expecting a small consolidation on Euro USD, as you can see by the circle here. I was expecting the price to create the flag at some point after this pullback occurred and the price started to slowly push back up to continue the bullish momentum. And as you can see, our setup resulted in almost 190 pips towards the upside. And as things stand, I'm expecting the price to make a deeper pullback at this moment. I won't be interested in any small corrections and any possible bullish moves to create new higher highs, because I want to see something similar to this at least, or maybe even something bigger like this consolidation here. So keep an eye out on this trend line, wait for the price to pull back, and if we get a bullish reaction from the trend line followed by a small pullback, then okay, the price could go up, but there's also a chance that we can push back down even deeper, break the trend line, consolidate underneath, push back down one more time and create a deeper pullback before resuming the uptrend. So keep in mind these two options for Euro USD. Pound USD, last week we were expecting the price create a consolidation above the trend line or at least underneath, but as you can see, the momentum was very strong, pushed the price up, took out this previous top, created a new higher high, and then created a small consolidation here before pushing back up again. So what I'm expecting is the bullish momentum to continue, but first we have to wait for a pullback. We have to wait for a pullback towards this trend line, and then we will see if we get a reaction towards the upside or if the pattern will become a bit deeper, because here this whole impulse is strong, so we need the price to retrace, and I won't be surprised if we retrace towards the 50% or the 62% area on the fib, but that remains to be seen because there's a long road ahead until that point. So first of all, we have to wait for a pullback to occur, watch the trend line for a reaction and see if you get a setup towards the upside. If not, let the price correct. Like I was saying, there's also a possibility that we can correct deep from here, push the price back down towards the fib level and only then push back up again. So we have to pay close attention to these scenarios. Personally, I'm gonna wait first for a trend line reaction. If not, I'm gonna leave it alone until we reach this area. Dollar yen, last week I was expecting the price to consolidate a bit more, drop one more time, and then potentially head back up and collect the liquidity from this level here. But as you can see, the price is still in the same spot, and the way this candle is looking, we might go down a bit more. So wait for the price to drop again. We don't have any setup. In my opinion, I would be skipping USD yen for the current week, because until we get a reaction towards the upside, create a chalk here, I won't be interested in any buy setups, and even so the buys are short term. So these levels here remain valid. I'm expecting the price to reach those points in the future. So we have to wait and see if we get a reaction or not. If we get a chalk, if not, then there's a strong chance that the price will continue to go down, in which case we won't have any setup. USDCAD, last week we were expecting the price to push back down a bit more in a corrective way before giving us a sign that the downtrend is over and we will head back up. But as you can see, the price continued to go lower than expected. We broke this level here, which is very important now. And the way things are looking, I'm expecting the downtrend to continue. But first, we need to wait for a deeper pullback. So in this regard, let's draw this trend line, wait for a breakout, wait for a deeper pullback to occur, watch the previous area that corrected, and then if you get a bearish reaction, then this is our setup towards the downside. If something happens here and if we get this kind of pattern with a chalk, then we can also trade it towards the upside if and only if we get a chalk, and this will be short-lived. so we'll be taking profits very fast from here. But for now, let's focus on the pattern. There's still more room to go down, as I was saying, but I won't be interested in these sales. Let's wait for a breakout, push back up, reach this level that I was talking about, and then we'll see if we get a bearish reaction towards the downside. And if that happens, then most likely the price will continue to go down. For gold, last week our analysis was spot on. We were expecting a pullback towards the trend line before resuming the uptrend, and as you can see, the price pushed back up a bit more like I was expecting, and then gave us this reaction towards the downside, which was a pullback. And as you can see, we got 600 pips towards the downside, and now I'm waiting for the price to break the top again. We got here a reaction from the trend line. If this makes here a consolidation, a small consolidation, then there's a likelihood that we will create a new top, a new higher high, and also a new all-time high for gold. So keep in mind this possibility. Wait for a small consolidation here, a small flag, and then I'm expecting the price to take out the previous top and create a new higher high. For silver, similar to gold, we were expecting a pullback towards this trend line and then a bullish reaction to take out this previous top. And as you can see, our analysis was spot on. We didn't reach the trend line, but we got the consolidation as we expected. And then the price started to push back up, almost breaking the top. So right now, if we get here a small flag, the price will continue to push back up. So I'm expecting a new higher high in the coming week. This trend line still remains valid as we speak, because anytime the price could start pulling back again towards it, pushing back up, and so on. We are close to the $31 target that we forecasted last week to occur in the coming months, so this might get reached sooner than we expected. So keep an eye out on this small flag, wait for the price to take out this top, and then watch the price action to see if it will continue to push back up or if it will go down for a deeper pullback before resuming the uptrend and give you a reaction from the trend line. US oil, last week we were expecting the price to give us a bullish reaction from this liquidity area that we highlighted. Instead, the price continued to drop a bit more than we expected, hit this demand zone, and now we got some nice news ahead. We got this chalk, and what I'm expecting next is a pullback. But first, wait for the price to lose a bit of momentum, wait for a consolidation, wait for a reaction, small pullback, and then you can ride this wave up. We also got a chalk on a bigger scale, and as you can see, afterwards the price started to drop, collecting all the liquidity. So this is typical manipulation. So now very important to wait here for a pullback, watch these areas, two levels here that I highlighted, and then wait for your bullish reaction. Now it's very important to wait for a pullback, even if the price goes up. Like I was saying, there's also this possibility, but wait for the momentum to calm down a bit. Wait for a pullback, reaction, small consolidation, and this should start pushing up, taking out this top and heading towards the $82 to $83 level in the short term. So keep in mind on this possibility. Natural gas, last week, if you remember, we were expecting the price to give you a reaction from this level. So as you can see, the price made a complex pattern, pushed back up again, created a bull trap, then the price dropped towards this level right now as we expected, and our previous analysis is still valid for the coming week as well. So wait here for a reaction if you get one, then a pullback, and then expect the price to go higher, take out this top, because like I was saying, after this big drop we have to get a consolidation, at least a three-wave structure, because there's a lot of liquidity left behind. Even if this will drop one more time, this consolidation will be a bigger degree pattern, so we can also trade it towards the upside. So keep in mind this possibility for natural gas. Moving on to S&P, if you remember last week we were expecting the price to push back down, fill this gap area, and then resume the uptrend. But as you can see, the price is making smaller pullbacks, which means that the momentum is strong towards the upside, but we also have to be careful and wait for a pullback before pushing back up. So my bias still stands, bullish momentum, but first wait for a consolidation before pushing back up and taking out the previous top, creating a new higher high. NASDAQ, similar, we were expecting a pullback towards the trend line and also this liquidity level. Instead, the price continued to push back up, filled this gap area here that we had, pushed up even more than that, then created a pullback, and the way things are looking here, it looks like the price will continue to push back up. But I want to see first a consolidation, let the price drop towards the trend line, because this, in my opinion, isn't enough. I want to see something like a stronger pullback before any continuation towards the upside. So keep in mind that there's also a fair value gap area located here, so we might be testing it at some point before pushing back up. For Bitcoin, we expected last week the consolidation to slowly push towards the upside, and as you can see, the price moved more than 500 pips. So I hope you guys made the best out of our analysis here. So now the next step for Bitcoin is to wait for a small pullback and then continuation towards the upside. We also created a higher high inside this correction, so wait here for a pullback and then continuation towards the upside. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed our analysis. Don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel. And if you have any other requests for any other instruments that you'd like us to cover, hit the comment section below, leave us your pair and we'll add them to our watch list. In the meantime, don't forget to trade with care and see you guys on the next one.